There's a spring in the mountain and it flows down to the town.
From NPR Music and West Virginia Public Broadcasting, with support provided by Bailey and Glasser and by Wild, Wonderful West Virginia, welcome to another Mountain Stage with your host, Larry Gross.
There's a song in my heart, just a simple little tune, but the rhythm and the melody won't leave me alone. Around the world it's just a simple song. This world is turning around a simple song. Thank you so much. Welcome once again to Mountain Stage, live performance radio from the Mountain State of West Virginia. But we have across the Ohio today to go over to Athens on the campus of Ohio University in the Templeton Blackburn Memorial Auditorium. And we have a great show in store for you. Later on during our next hour, Ms. Shelley Wright is here. She has a brand new record, and it's a beautiful one. Also, another very talented woman who has a new record, KT Tunstall, is here. She'll be out during our second hour. And during this hour, we're going to hear from a local boy, a hometown boy, Mr. J.D. Hutchison and Realbilly Jive. They've just made a new record produced by our good buddy Tim O'Brien. And we got a couple of West Virginia favorites, two of our favorite guys and wonderful pickers. If you've never heard them before, you have a treat in store. On the mandolin, Johnny Staats, and on the guitar, Robert Shafer. They're going to be out a little bit later during this hour. But to start us out, a man who has been on the show before, but never where he should be, right in the middle of the spotlight, because he also plays guitar with some other folks. And the last time he was on the show, he was with Lori McKenna, the great songwriter from up in Boston, and he lives in Boston too. He's been on the road. You may have seen him or heard him with Josh Ritter in the past or with Paula Cole, but over the past decade and a half or so, he's made 10 albums. The newest one is called For a Song, and it's really a beautiful piece of work. You're going to hear some songs from that right now. Please welcome, for the first time solo on the Mountain Stage, Mr. Mark Erelli.
Just a Yankee boy, born and bred in Boston, where there ain't no wide open spaces to get lost in. But out here, that's all there is. And when the wind gets blowing, it makes a certain sound, almost like the ocean. There's a new moon and the latest country tunes droning on the radio. Oklahoma, Oklahoma, I'm so far away from home, and I'm feeling low and lonesome tonight. As the wind howls in from across the great divide, well, I know I'm only standing on a giant's shoulders, and I ain't getting no younger, and this world keeps getting colder, and sometimes I feel I'm barely on my way to where I'm bound. Sometimes I wish I could lay this hammer down. Hellfire and brimstone, there's some preacher droning on the radio. Oklahoma, Oklahoma, I'm so far away from home, and I'm feeling low and lonesome. Oklahoma, far away from home, and I'm feeling low and lonesome tonight as the wind howls in from across the great divide. I am just a Yankee boy, born and bred in Boston. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Such an honor to be here. It's a song called Analog Hero. He used to putter around in his barn all day, a tool for each job and each tool in its place, whistling along to a song on the radio while he poked through a mason jar full of nuts and bolts, lawnmowers and vacuums, windows with the glass all cracked, the TV screens gone blank as cataracts. Barely take them all apart when he got them up on his bench, and one by one he'd bring them back to life again. He's the fix-it man, the fix-it man. He can't put it back together, then it was never worth a damn. Maybe he's crazy for trying to save what's already gone, or just an analog hero in a world full of zeros and ones. They used to have a wife, but she passed a couple years ago. Someone thought he had a daughter out in New Mexico. He grew up in a depression, it's a lesson that he'll never forget. There's nothing so broken, ain't life left in it yet. He's the fix-it man, yeah, the fix-it man. He can't put it back together, then it was never worth a damn. Maybe he's crazy for trying to save what's already gone, or just an analog hero in a world full of zeros and ones. Now your phone's made in China and your car is made in Japan. Child labor sewing clothes in Malaysia and Vietnam. Hell, it ain't even broken and we're going for the upgrade. Nobody thinks twice about what we're really throwing away. But the fix-it man, yeah, the fix-it man, he can't put it back together, then it was never worth a damn. Maybe he's crazy for trying to save what's already gone, or just an analog hero in a world full of zeros and ones. It's out with the old, in with the new. It's out with the old, in with the new. out with the old and with the new. All right. Romeos and Casanovas, Lotharios with eyes that smolder, they all left you with nothing but a cloud of smoke. Now here I stand, just a simple man with a $10 supermarket bouquet in my hand. I see you laughing, but honey, this ain't no joke. I wanna walk all the way with you. I wanna prove my love is true. All the others who tried fell by the wayside. I wanna walk all the way with you. With bruised hearts and spooked horses, it's best to tread lightly. As a matter of course, lest they slip the reins, jump the fences and bolt for the hills. Hey, I'm nothing if not persistent. I'm stubborn, but I'm kind, and you can't tell me nothing once I've made up my mind. So if you run, I'm gonna chase you. Honey, you know I will. You know I will. I wanna walk all the way with you. I wanna prove my love is true. All the others who tried fell by the wayside. I wanna walk all the way. From the chemical rush of a brand new love, say through the valley of the shadow with nothing but a random moon above, till mankind's common kingdoms have all crumbled back to dust, till ashes or even less is all that's left of us. I wanna walk all the way with you. I wanna prove my love is true. All the others who tried fell by the wayside. I wanna walk all the way. All the others who tried fell by the wayside. I wanna walk all the way with you. All the way with you. Oh! Oh, thank you. Folks, thank you so much. Humor me for a second. Picture, if you will, a Friday afternoon in the year 2000. I'm lying on the couch in my parents' house, and I get a phone call, and it's the folks from Mountain Stage. They've had a cancellation in that Sunday's show, and they want to know if I can come down and fill it. This was a pipe dream of mine for many years. Even back then, I grew up listening to the show in junior high and high school. And I remember exactly where I was when I got the phone call because I had just gotten out of the hospital. I was recovering from what would prove to be the first of 3 collapsed lungs in a year and a half. For no reason, just the way I was built. And one of the things that you can't do, the recovery from a collapsed lung, it has some stipulations. So, no scuba diving, and no getting on airplanes to fly down to West Virginia to do Mountain Stage. Nothing that involves any changes in atmospheric pressure that might compromise your lung. So, it was with a heavy heart and a half-inflated lung that I had to tell the folks that I couldn't do it, and I told them why, and I apologized profusely, and they said, no, it's no problem, you focus on getting better. We'll do it another time. It's not a problem. And I was like, okay, great, please, let's do this another time. So that's 2000. You fast forward now to 2017. About a month ago. I got the call that I was going to be on Mountain Stage for the first time under my own name. I've been on the show once before as a sideman, as Larry was telling you, but I am just so proud and grateful that they called back, and so honored to make my Mountain Stage debut. And, I always swore, one day if I got on the show, I was just going to kill it, So I've been rehearsing for 17 years. So put me in, Coach. I'm ready to rock. So I'm going to do one more song here. This is another song from the For a Song record. I co-wrote this song with my friend Dinty Child, who's in a band called Session Americana. I know they've played this show as well. It starts out in the first verse with the man who sweeps the floor at the Sistine Chapel, the janitor at the Sistine Chapel. And from there, it just goes elsewhere. It's called Look Up. All day long they shuffle through sneakers, sandals, high heel shoes, scraps of paper, chewing gum. My work here is never done. They exit now in single file. I sweep the floors and scrub the tiles. Dying echoes quiet the room and leave me leaning on my broom. Above me now the fall of man, but it all depends on where you stand. Is he letting go or reaching out for Adam's hand? Look up, look up. There are angels flying low enough to see. Look up, oh, look up. For long years I bent my back, painting every plaster crack. The hand of God and Adam's sin rain down in brush drops thick and thin. I ache with shame and head for home, through the darkened streets of Rome, past the night girls calling out to me, and drunkards praying on their knees. Above me now the canopy, the stars in all their majesty remind me of the master I will never be. Look up, look up. There are angels flying low enough to see. Look up, oh, look up. High above the blessed and cursed, like ants they scurry on the earth, debauchery and daily chores, always hungry, wanting more. I sent them plague and flood and fire, tried so hard to stay inspired, and somehow solve the mystery of what they ever saw in me. If I could only kneel before the man who sweeps the chapel floor, show him he's as holy as the angels, maybe more. Look up, look up, there are angels flying low enough to see. Look up, oh, look up.
From up in Boston, Massachusetts, Mark Erelli is the man's name. Singer, songwriter, and guitar player extraordinaire. The new one is called For a Song, and you heard some tunes from it right there. We already have him booked again, 2034. 17 years is only 3 years of mountain stage time. Kind of like dog years we have. It's time for Julie Adams and the Mountain Stage Band to sing a song you might recognize, written by Tom Waits and his wife Kathleen Brennan. Back there, Ron Soul is a man with the acoustic guitar. He's the leader of the Mountain Stage Band. Our two lead guitar players are Ryan Kennedy and Michael Lipton. Bob Thompson is our piano player. Steve Hill plays the bass. Ahmed Solomon is our drummer. And we have a special guest from right here in Athens. So please welcome, if you would, Julie Adams.
They hung a sign up in our town. If you live it up, you won't live it down. So she left Monterio's sun, just like a bullet leaves a gun. With her charcoal eyes and Monroe hips, she went and took that California trip. Oh, the moon was gold, her hair like wind. She said, don't look back, just come on, Jim. Oh, you got to hold on, hold on. You got to hold on, take my hand, standing right here, you got to hold on. He gave her a dime store watch and a ring made from a spoon. Everyone's looking for someone to blame, but you share my bed, you share my name. Well, go ahead and call the cops. You don't meet nice girls in coffee shops. She said, baby, I still love you. Sometimes there's nothing left to do. Oh, but hold on, baby, you gotta hold on. Take my hand. down by the riverside motel. It's 10 below and falling by the 99-cent store. She closed her eyes and started swaying. But it's so hard to dance that way when it's cold and there's no music. Well, your old hometown so far away, but inside your head there's a record that's playing, a song called Hold On, Hold On. Baby, you got to hold on, take my hand, standing right here, you got to hold on. You got to hold on, hold on. Oh, you got to hold on, take my hand, standing right here, you got to hold on. You got to hold on, hold on. Oh, you got to hold on, take my hand, standing right here, you got to hold on.
Julie Adams Mountain Stage Band. Julie Adams Mountain Stage Band and Laura Nadeau from right here in Athens. You're listening to Mountain Stage live performance radio from the Mountain State of West Virginia. Major funding for Mountain Stage is provided by Bailey and Glasser, LLP, a nationwide law firm born in West Virginia with offices in Charleston, Philadelphia, St. Louis, Morgantown, D.C., Boston, Alabama, and Delaware. Details at baileyglasser.com. And by Wild, Wonderful West Virginia, celebrating the diversity of live music in the Mountain State, from newgrass to indie pop, at outdoor festivals or in coffee houses. Your next mountain experience begins with the new Go to WV mobile app, available for iOS and Android on iTunes and Google Play. Additional support is provided by the Charleston, West Virginia Convention and Visitors Bureau, showing the world why Charleston is hip, historic, and almost heaven. Your adventure starts online at charlestonwv.com. This is Mountain Stage on NPR. If you have questions or suggestions for us, our email address is larry@mountainstage.org. You can also connect with us, of course, on Facebook, or you can peek behind the scenes on Tumblr, Instagram, and Twitter. All of these links are at our website, which is mountainstage.org. Our next guest comes from right here in Athens. He's been making music for over 50 years and making art of all kinds. He's a poet, he's a musician, he's a songwriter who his songs have been recorded by a lot of interesting people over the years. I know that Robert Earl Keen is one of his big fans and has recorded some of his tunes. But one of his biggest fans is Tim O'Brien, the great Grammy winner from West Virginia originally, who's started the band Hot Rise and has recorded and played with so many folks over the last 20 years. And Mr. J.D. Lost John Hutchison has influenced Tim over those years Tim, when he was just a young guy starting out in bluegrass, he looked in John's direction and found a lot of inspiration. So he wanted to return the favor. He came back, and along with John Edwards and the whole band and J.D., they made a new record, which is really, really a fine recording called You and the World Outside. He's brought his whole group, and between them, folks, John told me they counted it up, 281 years of experience in the world of music right here. You don't find that every day. We love to find it on the mountain stage. Keep it going. Welcome J.D. Hutchison and Realbilly Jive.
Been in here, you better hang around close to the door. Find a drink or two and then move it on out if you've never been here before. You may not care to stick it out, no, then again you may. You just make yourself at home in another fool's cafe, where there's a Hank Williams freak with the guitar sitting on the bar stool. Everybody buys him drinks to crank him up and make him play. Well, he's a regular jukebox of heartache and sorrow, but they all laugh anyway, 'cause people like to laugh in another fool's cafe. You see that silky looking dude there admiring himself in the mirror, with a pretty long hair and extremely hip array. He hangs cocaine and reefer on the Billy Boys without a trace of paranoia, yeah. But they couldn't do without him in another fool's cafe. Got the ladies of the day and the ladies of the nights all looking for a hell of a time. Gentlemen's are lighting their cigarettes in relentless pantomime. Everybody's talking while the guitar sings, but they never have a thing to say. They are laughing, but they lonesome in another fool cafe. You see that mountain of muscle, he's the bull of the woods in the county. It's advisable, boys, not to never get in his way, because it's liable to knuckle you about the head if you look at him crossway. And he's always hanging out here in another fool's cafe. Hey, there's always an empty table or two. It's a hill-jack twilight zone. The door is always open and the lights are always on. Ain't no bottom to the bottle, boys, no difference in the night and day. There ain't no hands on the clock in another fool's cafe. Miss Miriam Hart. A most wonderful leader, if there ever was one. I'd like to make a little obeisance and a note of appreciation to Larry Gross and Adam Harris and the staff
and players here at Mountain Stage and say that for over 3 decades they've been instrumental, so to speak, in presenting programs, shows like this one. I hate to use the word program, but I guess that's what it is. But thanks so much, Larry, for all your they really do a lot of work to make these things happen.
And we're lucky they come to our home to do it.
John Borchard down there on the end, playing. Bubba Bubberson, Dave Borowski here playing on the bass here. Jim Smales over here on this side. My name's JD. All right.
Back on drums from
Jeff
Vermont.
Goodhue.
Jeff Goodhue.
He's so unobtrusive, you know.
We ready?
Yeah.
1, 2.
You write me such pretty letters. Words on paper is as cold as stone. Call me up, say you love me. I don't want to hear it on the telephone. It makes me sad to think about all the things we could have had. I am in bad need of assistance. Can't take no more of this love at a distance. Won't know. My mind lines up against me. Reckon it a gain, I reckon it a loss. So many lonesome highways, so many lonesome bridges to cross. It breaks my heart for us to have to be so far apart. I am in bad need of assistance. Can't take no more of this love at a distance. Won't know. To be so very far apart. I am in bad need of assistance. Can't take no more of this love at a distance. I am in bad need of assistance. Can't take no more of this love at a distance. Whoa.
Singing one of John's beautiful tunes. It's another tune that John wrote for us, a duet.
I think.
And and it's a joy to sing it with him.
You is the sweetest doobie I ever did see.
I really love you, doobie, 'cause you're so good to me.
Doobie doobie, hey, doobie doobie all the time. Doobie doobie, I can't get you out of my mind.
Well, my mama is my mama, and she don't trust you.
You tiny things, I'm just a cock-a-doodly-doo.
Doobie doobie, doobie doobie all the time. Doobie doobie, I can't get you out of my mind. Why don't we do like the birdies do and fly on out of here?
We'll build ourselves a little old nest in the upper atmosphere.
We'll be so happy all the time in our little home up above.
We'll live together forever and ever in love, love, love.
Why don't we do like the birdies do and fly on out of here?
We'll build ourselves a little old nest in the upper atmosphere.
We'll be so happy all the time in our little home up above. Hey,
We'll live together forever and ever in love, love, love. Doobie doobie,
doobie doobie all the time.
doobie doobie, I can't get you out of my mind. Doobie doobie, doobie doobie, doobie doobie, I can't get you out of my mind. If words alone could break a heart, mine never would be broken. But just one look from my darling's eyes, not a word need ever be spoken. Not a word need ever be spoken. A little old feathered bird in flight up in the sky all alone. Ever so swiftly is brought down to the earth by some child slinging stone, by some child slinging stone. it cannot never be mended. You must go your way as I go mine. That's how true love is ended. That's how true love is ended. The time have come for us to part. I know that I will survive. I hope that you may find your way. You and the world outside. You and the world outside.
This is one of my favorites of John's songs, The Coming Home of the Son and Brother Again. Robert Earl Keen does a beautiful recording of it, but we love singing it too.
Clams.
Stop. His oblique references too, if you want to hear an obscene band leader, listen to Buddy Rich. Curse, it's horrible. This is beautiful.
Time for the singer boys to make his way back home. Hey, you prodigal, that been astray, the lonely child can't make it on his own. I've been traveling states away. I've been playing in a big old band. Now it's the coming home of the son and brother again. Time has slipped away. I don't feel like I can play another tune. Hell, they want me to build single-handed some road up to the moon. They're gonna pay me in nickels and dimes in a game that I can't never win. Now it's the coming home of the son and brother again. It's been quite a while since I saw my family and friends. I wanna hear them tell his stories, tell them all about the places I have been. and invite all of the neighbors in for the coming home of the son and brother again. So open all of your doors up wide and invite all of the neighbors in for the coming home of the son and brother again.
Thanks. Here's to our home team. No place like Athens. Thank you.
J.D. Hutchison and Realbilly Jive. J.D. along with John, Jim, Jeff, Dave, and Mimi from right here in Athens, Ohio. Mr. J.D. Hutchison wrote all of those tunes, and you can hear a lot of them on his latest called You and the World Outside, produced by Tim O'Brien and John Edwards. It's really, really a good album. Remember, if you missed part of Mountain Stage or you just want to hear something again, visit the podcast section of mountainstage.org. Each podcast includes songs we don't have time to fit on the radio, as well as the complete finale song. Take a moment, if you would, to subscribe, rate, and review the show on iTunes or wherever it is that you get your podcasts. We're going to end this hour with two good, great friends of ours. Robert Shafer is the guy with the guitar in his hand, and Johnny Staats has got the mandolin in his hand. Two of the best people on those instruments you will ever hear. They live over in West Virginia, and they've won a whole bunch of awards. If you're into that sort of thing, the best mandolin player here or there. Robert has won the best flat picker of America a couple of times, as a matter of fact. But they've just put out a new CD. They do this every few years. It's called Music from the Mountains. They've chosen a lot of tunes that they like of different styles and do it the way that only they can. Please welcome back to the Mountain Stage, if you would right now, Johnny Staats and Robert Shafer.
Good evening, music lovers. Is everybody enjoying yourself out there today? Oh, yeah. Well, it's so good to be here in Athens, Ohio, and I'd like to thank the people at the Mountain Stage for having us back. It's always good to be right here with my good picking partner, Robert Shafer. This is what's left of the band right here, and times are getting hard, aren't they, Robert? But we're going to do you some fiddle songs right here. We put this CD together, Music from the Mountains, and hope you enjoy it. We're going to go back in time right here and do an old fiddle song called The Texas Gallop. Appreciate that. Thank you. One of me and Robert's things right here is to see how much music we can get out of two instruments, and it's a lot of fun right here. But this next song we're going to do is an old fiddle song. I think Clark Kessinger, one of the great fiddle players there from West Virginia, played this song, and it's Redbird, I think.
Redbird. Clark was associated with that. Mike Humphreys, French Mitchell, and Lefty Shafer. Bobby Taylor, who's still a very active fiddle player over around Charleston, do this. And I've not really heard it done anywhere else other than just the West Virginia, Virginia area. And I've not heard it done on any other instruments other than fiddle. I think Robin Kessinger plays it, but I don't believe he's recorded it. So this is our version.
We're going to give it a try right here. This one's called the Redbird. I hope you like it. Oh, yeah. We appreciate that. We're going to do a couple more here for you. And this next song right here is a gospel song that Robert said, Johnny, we need to put a slogan on the CD, son. We're kind of burning up a little bit. And that happens when you drink a pot of coffee and you start putting out a bunch of fast songs. But This song right here is one beautiful gospel song, and hope you enjoy it. This one's called "Pass Me Not."
Keep talking. I'm still tuning.
Okay, Robert's tuning right there. Yeah, you're close right here. You're getting closer, old buddy.
All right.
Not too fast, old buddy.
Not too fast, huh? Believe me, that's all right with me. I heard this tune on a Kenny Baker album back in the 70s. He did it as an instrumental, and I always thought it was just a great melody. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
2, 3, 4, 1.
Well, we're gonna do one more here for you, and I got to tell a little story about this. When I was a young kid, I'd used to go and do whatever I could to hitchhike or anything I had to do to get down to Charleston, West Virginia, to see this man play the guitar. And I'll tell you what, I'm kind of telling your age a little bit, but I heard this next song we're getting ready to play. Robert just blew me away with this song with probably one of the greatest violin players I've ever heard in my life, Randy Howard. And I tell you what, we'll dedicate this one to him.
Sounds good to me.
Thank you all. We appreciate you.
Johnny Staats on the mandolin, Robert Shafer on the guitar. Their new duo CD is called Music from the Mountains, and you can find it online if you got inspired by that picking. Johnny Staats and Robert Shafer. No more coffee for those boys. Wow. I can't even hear that fast. I'd like to say a special hello if you're listening right now over WUMB up and around Boston, Massachusetts, or over WOUB, Athens, Ohio. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope you will be here next week when our guests will be Andrew Bird, Blind Pilot, Esme Patterson, The Flat Five, and Riley Walker. You're listening to Mountain Stage, live performance radio from the Mountain State of West Virginia. Mountain Stage is supported in part by this station and by West Virginia Public Broadcasting. Hotel accommodations for Mountain Stage guests are provided by the Charleston Marriott Town Center Hotel, centrally located for the business and pleasure traveler in downtown Charleston's retail district. This is Mountain Stage on NPR. Thank you very much. Welcome to the second hour of this Mountain Stage, coming to you from the Templeton Blackburn Memorial Auditorium on the campus of Ohio University in Athens, Ohio. During this hour, we're going to be hearing from a wonderful singer and songwriter. Shelley Wright will be here. But we're going to start this hour with a young woman from over in Scotland. She was raised up over there in St. Andrews, and usually when I introduce people on the show, I say they come from a very musical family, and their fathers had great record collections, and the mother played the piano or whatever. This is not the case with her. Her parents weren't particularly musical, but when they found out that she was, they encouraged it. Thank goodness for all of us, because she became quite a talent, both as a vocalist and as a songwriter. Many of you may have heard some of the big hit songs she had, The Black Horse and the Cherry Tree, Suddenly I See, sold over 6 million records worldwide since she began her career, and she was playing for 10 years before she actually got into recording and broke worldwide. But like a lot of people, it happens that you kind of get burned out. So she thought, I'm going to put it aside, and she moved over to America to California, to Venice, California, and she started writing songs for movie soundtracks and writing soundtracks themselves, but she just couldn't stay away from singing and songwriting, and her people couldn't let her stay away. They wanted to hear her more and more. She got a great new album out there right now. She is a dynamo performer. Please welcome for the first time to the mountain stage, KT Tunstall.
Hello, everybody.
Well, my heart knows it better than I know myself, so I'm gonna let it do all the talking. I came across a place in the middle of nowhere with a big black horse and a cherry tree. I felt a little fear upon my back, said don't look back, just keep on walking. The big black horse said look this way, said hey, will you marry me? But I said no, 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 you're not the one for me. No, 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 you're not the one for me. My heart had a problem in the early hours, so I stopped to death for a beat or two. But I caught some caught and I shouldn't have done it. Won't forgive me after all these years. So I sent her to a place in the middle of nowhere with a big black horse and a cherry tree. But I won't come back cause I'm so happy now. I got a hold of the world to say, yeah. And it said no, 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 you're not the one for me. No, 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 you're not the one for me. Not the one for me, yeah. Woo! Say no, 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 you're not the one for me. No, 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 you're not the one for me. Here's something a little different, okay? For your evening. I will big black horse and a cherry tree. I can't quite get that cause my heart was ain't for me. Oh, oh, oh. Big black horse and a cherry tree. Can't quite get that cause my heart was ain't for me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're not the one for me, you're well the one. Big black horse and a cherry tree. Can't quite get that cause my heart was ain't gonna be. Big black horse and a cherry tree. Can't quite get that cause my heart forsaken me. Thank you so much. Thank you. So a lot of people ask me what that song's about. I still don't really know. I was listening to a lot of anonymous old blues music at the time, and it was just, people stamping their feet and clapping, and there was a lot of decision making in blues music. Which road to follow, which way to go, good, evil. And I was listening to some Robert Johnson, and so that's really what that was about. The cherry tree, I guess, is the good way. The black horse is maybe more dangerous. Climbing tree, ride horse, your decision. Anyway, I'll move straight on to my new record, which was a bit unexpected, as Larry was saying. And I moved to California. I found myself really wanting to take a break, and what got me back writing records was driving around the canyon roads in California, listening to Fleetwood Mac and Tom Petty, and listening to the music that was made in that place. And I love it when you listen to the music that's, where it was made, where it was born, and that's what birthed my new record, Kin. And this song has the longest title I've ever written. It's called "It Took Me So Long to Get Here, But Here I Am." I'm not talking about your car journey, people. And you can sing along. It's a new song, but you can sing along with me. It's very easy. The chorus goes like this. It took me so long to get here, but here I am. Let me hear you. You're so ready. I could feel it in the air. get here, but here I am. Everything I tried and all the things I dreamed of. Oh, it took me so long to get here, but here I am. It took me so long to get here, but here I am. Oh, it took me so long to get here, but here I am. Everything I tried and all the things I dreamed of. Oh, it took me so long to get here, here I am. 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 You sounded great. Thank you so much. I love you too. Have we met? It doesn't matter. I love everybody. And I did, someone once actually did say, I love you, Katie. And I said, I love you, Sarah. And I was right. Everyone, which? So I'd love to play you a really fun song. This involves something very special that I think you'll want to hear, which is my totally second-rate beatboxing. But, you know, laugh at me. I would like to hear yours. And you need two things. You need your kick drum, which goes... You ready? 1, 2, 3. A little bit runny. But it's all right, we'll take it. It's got character. You need your snare drum, which goes... Always better at that. Listen to that. It's like listening to Queen. Give yourselves a round of applause, ladies. It was fantastic. Okay, here's a song involving my terrible beatboxing. Searching the land for a hero of a man. Say I need more than my fair share of attention, but I think you know that justice so underneath felt the fire of a burning question tearing me apart right from the very start. Now I see that it don't take a trick of the light to excite me so strong. Something alone you see. Hold on to what you give up, lady. Hold on to what you know you got. Hold on to what you give up, lady. Hold on, cause the world will turn if you're ready or not. Simplicity, a heart of gold and old head and young shoulders, quiet and lovely, becoming part of me. Now I see from a handful of names and 1,000 faces, one light burning fiercely. I would tired of January, tired of June, I felt a change a-coming. Whoa, tired of January, tired of June. I felt a change a-coming. Oh, yeah, I felt a change a-coming. I felt a change a-coming. Felt a change a-coming soon. Hold on to what you've been given lately. Hold on to what you know you got. Hold on to what you've been given lately. Hold on, 'cause the world's turn if you're ready now. Hold on to what you've been given lately. Hold on to what you know you got. Hold on to what you've been given lately. 'Cause the world will turn if you're ready or not. Oh yeah, yes the world will turn if you're ready or not. Whoa, yes the world will turn if you're ready or not. Thank you. So my love affair with the American landscape started when I was young. I lived in California when I was a toddler for a year. My dad was a physicist and at UCLA, and my first memories were Californian, and I think the desert imprinted on me a little. And my fourth record, my last record, I made in Tucson, Arizona, which I love. And I'd love to play you a song from that record. And this is for anyone going through some hard stuff. This is a BAM. It's called Feel It All. I'm growing like a seed. Rain's been falling on me. I've been covered in cold. I've been shrouded in doubt. And my heart is on a wire, sitting pretty like a bird. But the hunter is out, and the eagle has heard the word that I feel it all. Yes, I feel it all. I'm looking to the sky, and I've been listening to the stars, and maybe thinking of you, and wondering where you are. And do you know what you've done for me? You made my branches grow. They can play with the wind, and they can carry the snow, and they feel it all. Yes, they feel it all. So take what you want, leave what you don't need, and I'll go looking for you. You keep your eye out for me, 'cause our hearts are on a wire, sitting pretty like a bird, and the hunter is hunted, and the eagle is ours, and we feel it all. Yes, we feel it all. can feel it all. Oh, we can feel it all. Oh, we can feel it. We can feel it all. Feel it all.
Thank you so much. Cheers. Thank you so much for having me. It's been wonderful playing for you. And I'm going to finish up with a song that will hopefully help us through these slightly challenging times where we all need to be the best people we can be. And this, I like to think as a singer-songwriter, you're kind of like a juicer. And whatever you put in there comes out sort of blended. And I was listening to Bo Diddley and Patti Smith on the same day, and then this happened. I'm going.
Well, her face is a map of the world, is a map of the world. You can see she's a beautiful girl, she's a beautiful girl. Everything around her is a silver pool of light. The people who surround her feel the benefit of it, it makes you count. She holds you captivated in her pound. Suddenly I see, this is what I wanna be. Suddenly I see why the hell it means so much to me. This is what I wanna be. Suddenly I see why the hell it means so much to me. And her feel like walking the world, like walking the world. You can hear she's a beautiful girl, she's a beautiful girl. Fills up every corner like a silver pool of light. People who surround her feel the benefit of it, she makes you count. She holds you captivated in her pound. Suddenly I see, this is what I wanna be. Suddenly I see why the hell it means so much to me. This is what I wanna be. Suddenly I see why the hell it means so much to me. She's taller than most. She's looking at me. I can see her eyes looking from a page of a magazine. She makes me feel like I could be a tower. Big strong tower, yeah. Power to be, the power to give, the power to see, yeah, yeah. Got the power to be, the power to give, the power to see, yeah, yeah. Oh. Okay, I need your help. Suddenly I see. 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 Part of see, yeah, yeah. Suddenly part of be the party girl, the party see, yeah, yeah. Party be the party girl, the party see, yeah, yeah. Party be the party girl, the party see, yeah, yeah. Suddenly I see, this is what I wanna be. Suddenly I see, why the hell means so much to me. This is what I wanna be. Suddenly I see, why the hell means so much to me. Oh, yeah, yeah. Suddenly I see, why the hell means so much to me. Oh, yeah, yeah. Suddenly I see, why the hell it means so much to me. Thank you so much.
KT Tunstall right there, originally from Scotland, now living out in California. And that new CD is called Kin on Virgin EMI UK. It's her 5th studio record. KT Tunstall. I told you she was a dynamo, and she is all that and a whole lot more. And she will be out there promoting this record, going on the road for the first time in a while. Took a little break, and now she's back at it full speed. It's time now to turn to our great pianist, Mr. Bob Thompson. He's going to do a classic oldie for you now in the folk world and the jazz world and the blues world. Please welcome, playing Frankie and Johnny, Bob Thompson. Colortones.com is where you find his music. Bob Thompson, Frankie, and Johnny. You're listening to Mountain Stage, live performance radio from the Mountain State of West Virginia. Major funding for Mountain Stage is provided by Bailey and Glasser, LLP, a nationwide law firm born in West Virginia with offices in Charleston, Philadelphia, St. Louis, Morgantown, D.C., Boston, Alabama, and Delaware. Details at baileyglasser.com. And by Wild, Wonderful West Virginia, celebrating the diversity of live music in the Mountain State, from newgrass to indie pop, at outdoor festivals or in coffee houses. Your next mountain experience begins with the new Go2WV mobile app, available for iOS and Android on iTunes and Google Play. Additional support is provided by the Charleston, West Virginia Convention and Visitors Bureau, showing the world why Charleston is hip, historic, and almost heaven. Your adventure starts online at charlestonwv.com. This is Mountain Stage on NPR. I hope you'll take a look at our website, mountainstage.org. You can find links there to our podcast, and you can follow us there on just about every form of social media. Of course, sometime we hope you will follow us to a live show and be in our audience like the folks are here today in Athens, Ohio. You can find out where we're going to be, who's going to be on the show, and get your tickets right at mountainstage.org. You can hear Mountain Stage guest performances, including songs we don't have time to fit on the radio, at NPR Music. The online address there is npr.org/mountainstage. We're going to end this show in a very special way with a woman who was playing music professionally before she was even a teenager out in Kansas. And then she went to Nashville and became a sensation there. In 1995, she was named the top new female vocalist by the Academy of Country Music, and her career just kept going up. You may have remembered she was on the Grand Ole Opry's 75th anniversary gala along with Brad Paisley. They co-wrote a song and performed it there, and it was a big hit. And she just kept going with hits and success one after the other. And then in 2010, she wrote a memoir, because, you know, songwriters particularly have to bare their soul, and they got to sing from their heart. And it's hard to do that if you're covering up something central in your life. And she came out as a lesbian then and found out, you know, things weren't always so easy when you do that. But what a fine talent she is. She's taken a few years off to start raising her twin boys. She and her wife have a family started there. Now she's made a new record. Joe Henry produced it out in Los Angeles. It's got some wonderful songs on it. She co-wrote or wrote a lot of the songs. She did a cover of a Dylan song, I know. And people who sang with her on the record is, a wonderful group of folks. Rodney Crowell, Emmylou Harris, the Milk Carton Kids. Today she's asked the Mountain Stage Band to join her. We're so happy to have her for the first time on the show. Please welcome Shelley Wright.
I get
walked through the door. Was it fear? Was it clear? It was all that and more. It was real. It was magic. It was calm. It was savage. It was cool as a breeze. It was warm to the touch. It was never enough. It was always too much. It did all the things love does. And that's how I knew it was. Oh, that's how I knew it was. It was. Oh, it was.
Thank you so much. Larry, thank you for that great introduction. I have to say I'm a little overwhelmed with the amount of talent that's on stage here tonight at this beautiful auditorium. I'm a fan of so many of these people's work, and to get to be on stage and make music with them is really kind of a joyful thing for me. So thanks for inviting me out tonight. As Larry mentioned, I've got a new record out. It's called "I Am the Rain," and the incomparable Joe Henry produced the record. And this is a song that he and I wrote together. That we were able to have our pal Rodney Crowell come in and sing the harmony part. Rodney's not here tonight, but in his stead is a fine, fine singer to your left, to my right. Please give her a big round of applause as she takes on the Rodney Crowell part. Let's do it, guys. Here we go. Perhaps it is fitting, the sky heavy and spitting at the ground. The sun hit above us with a grip on my breath it had found. I'd let it out slow as you stood to go, and it turned high just as I slipped down. Then I whispered your name, knowing well you would not turn around. We stand at the door like the holy make war. Both of us sure we are right. We move through it unseen for the darkness between us, but I mean to leave on the light. I want to let go of all I think I know of how. Our story unwinds, but might turn back to fight.
squander forgiveness and time, and all they would allow if I could offer both of us mine. We stand at the door like the holy make war, both of us sure we are right. We move through it unseen for the darkness between us, but I need to leave on the light. What held us together lay like a feather in my hand. Not enough weight now for a flight, for the freedom to land. We each take from the other. Now struggle is all that we share. It's less than I am, but it's more than I think I can bear. We stand at the door like the holy make war, both of us sure we are right. We move through it unseen for the darkness between us, but I need to leave on the light. But I need to leave on the light. Thank you so much. Well, that was fun. This is a beautiful campus here in Athens, Ohio. I came in and Athens is a lot like my hometown, except 1,000 times bigger. I'm from a small town in the Midwest called Wellsville, Kansas. Anyone? Didn't think so. But as Larry told you before the show, I began singing and playing when I was a kid. Everybody in my family plays and sings and loves music, and I grew up in what was clearly a country music household. And in fact, every record that we had around our house, I just assumed it was country. So for a long time, I thought the Beatles were a really kind of cool, quirky country band. But I loved music and started playing and started a band after I got fired from my first band. I was in a band called Joe Cowboy, and they fired me because I kept nagging them to rehearse. We weren't very good, and they weren't interested in getting better. And they were all like 40-year-old moms and dads, and I was, 12. And we had a rehearsal one day, and they gave me a piece of lasagna at the dinner table before rehearsal, and they said, "Are you hungry?" And I said, "Yeah." And they said, "Here's some food. We're letting you go." And I said, "Why?" And they said, "Because, we have kids and a life, and we like playing on the weekends. We don't want to rehearse during the week." And I swore to them that I'd stop nagging, and they said, "No, you won't. And go start your own band," which I did. And we played a lot until I moved to Nashville in 1989. And I've always been lucky to travel around the world, or around the country primarily, and I find it fascinating to get off the bus every day and put my feet down in a different spot. It's just amazing to me that
that's my job. And in the course of traveling across the U.S., I'm no stranger to a truck stop. As everybody on the stage, there's something kind of magical about hopping off the bus at 2:30 in the morning and going into the Flying J truck stop to look at the shiny stuff. And I began to take note of the gal, and it was always a gal that was serving pie and coffee and taking care of all those late-night truckers and rogue musicians who would come through. And I've been thinking about the gal in this song for the better part of 25 years, and I finally sat down and wrote a song about her. It's called Mexico.
I wait on tables here, ain't quite how I planned it. The pay's not that great, but I do all right in tips. I took the job to get me by when my husband left me stranded. I still don't know just where the hell he is. After dark 6 nights a week, I pull the safe and snug, glance up at a dusty TV, blaring local news. Then I'm everybody's best friend, dealing coffee like a drug. The whole place smells like fries and diesel fuel. Every shift is different, every shift's the same. Someone's driving to the promised land, or they're running from the pain. Hey, it's mostly long-haul truckers, runaways and thieves. Everybody's got somewhere to go. They all stop here on their way to Mexico. I still think about that gal who came from Tucumcari, off to find her sister that she just found out she had. Those young lovers on the run, she wasn't old enough to marry. Then the cop showed up with one really pissed off dad. Every shift is different, every shift's the same. Someone's driving to the promised land, or they're running from the pain. Hey, it's mostly long-haul truckers, runaways and thieves. Everybody's got somewhere to go. They all stop here on their way to Mexico. Passing of a season, I wonder if I'm stuck, or maybe I'm waiting for a reason, or a helping of good luck. It's mostly long-haul truckers, runaways and maybe I'll head south again, who knows? We all stop here on our way to Mexico.
you so much. Aren't they good? I mean, they're so good. I love playing with these guys. So good. So I wrote my memoir, which was really, writing books is a lot different than writing songs. And I loved the challenge. I learned a lot. I learned a lot about myself as I wrote my memoir. But the thing that kind of triggered my decision to come out of the closet was a pretty traumatic event. I had what I call a breakdown. I now call it a breakthrough. But it was a pretty serious time in my life where I realized that the facade that I had so very, I think, masterfully kind of created of who I was and how I wanted to exist in the world, because country music was my, I knew I wanted to be a country singer when I was 4, and that was my lifelong dream. So I was trying to find a way to kind of exist in secret, and then it all fell apart, as the best laid plans often do. And so I had a breakdown and a breakup, and it was nasty, and we don't need to go into all of it, but I got a lot of songs out of it. And one of the songs that I wrote at that time, I actually wasn't right for my last record, and I pulled it out, and Joe and I kind of had a big stack of songs, and we went through the songs, and we really kind of felt that sonically and in many ways that this fit the narrative of the record, and it's called Where Will You Be? Let's do it, guys. Where will you be when it hits you? Will you be driving your car? Or will you be there in your office with them all watching you fall apart? Will it be next week or 12 months? When regret starts to dampen your skin, that you turned away love that you had once, and you might never have it again. Will you be able to call me, or did you burn down that bridge to my door? Did you leave it with any compassion, or a clean break that you're famous for? Do you even suspect that it's coming, that the storm is just gathering strength? Where will you be when it hits you? When you see what a mess you have made? Where will you be when I let go? When I finally get over that hill? Will you be laughing and drinking and smiling when you suddenly get an iron chill? Will you chalk it up to the north wind that a shiver just ran up your spine? Or will you realize right then what just happened, that whatever I felt for you died? Will you be able to call me, or did you burn down that bridge to my door? Did you leave it with any compassion, or a clean break that you're famous for? Do you even suspect that it's coming? Oh no, that the storm is just gathering strength. Where will you be when it hits you? When you see what it meant you and me? Where will you be when it hits you? Will you be driving your car? Oh, I see, you like the mean song. So when I got to Nashville in 1989, I worked at a place called a theme park called Opryland USA. It's not there anymore. There's a mall there now. But it was a great place. I worked there 6 nights a week, 6 days a week, 4 shows a day, rain or snow, and it was an incredible experience for me. I was in a cast of 16 other young people that, you know, we're all like-minded. We all came to Nashville to write songs and get record deals, and it was a great way to start out my days in Nashville. It also afforded me the chance to be just a stone's throw from the Grand Ole Opry, which was located at that time on the Opryland complex. Opry's still there, like I said, but the theme park is gone. And I was invited, shortly after I got to Nashville, I was invited to be on the Grand Ole Opry for the very first time on September 16th, 1989. And I was totally freaked out and nervous, and it was amazing. And Roy Acuff brought me on stage, and before I went on stage, he said, "Do you want me to sit on the stage with you because you're nervous?" And I said, "Yeah, would you?" And so all of my pictures of my first time on the Opry stage, Roy Acuff is seated on a stool right about where you are. He was a lot shorter, a lot grayer. A lot richer? I don't know. I don't know your portfolio. I don't know. But he was an inspiration to so many, and I was glad to be able to be there and lucky to be invited. And also on that show that day was Porter Wagner. Do you guys know who Porter Wagner was? Well, I caught Porter's eye, and he invited me to come be a part of his touring band. And we did the Opry sometimes, but a lot of shows on the road. And I learned so much from Porter about performing and about writing songs. He was a great songwriter, and it wasn't bad to be considered. He called me his girl singer, which these days it would sound as if that were a pejorative term, in some way demeaning, but Porter was old school, and the girl singers that came before me were the likes of, Dolly Parton was one of his girl singers, so I was happy to be called whatever he wanted to call me. Porter really liked my songwriting, or at least he thought that I had potential, and I'd play him my new songs often, and he'd give me tips, and they were good tips. Tips that I still use to this day when I write songs. And in the early '90s, he went to his closet there in his house. He said, "I'm going to give you something," and he said, "This used to be Dolly's guitar. She left it on the bus, and she used to write songs as we rolled down the road on the tour bus, and I want you to have it." And I was overcome with cynicism and skepticism at first. I thought, well, Porter is getting old. I wonder if he has this confused with another guitar. But, of course, I'm going to graciously take it and love the heck out of it. And it was an old gut string guitar, an acoustic, and it had flowers lacquered all over it. And, I thought, this could really be Dolly Parton's guitar. I put it in a closet, and I moved it from house to house in Nashville as I moved around, and until about 2005, I got that old guitar out because Rodney Crowell had given me a bit of instruction about little songwriting homework, and because I wanted to really produce something special and unique for Rodney, because he had asked me to do something, I went up to that old closet and got out that old guitar, and I'd never written a song with it. It'd just been in that guitar case the whole time. And I got it out, and I'm not kidding you at all that the song that we're about to do, that's on the new record, fell out of the guitar. It just absolutely fell out of the guitar. And about a month later, a friend of mine was at my house, Steve Buckingham, who was not only Dolly Parton's best friend, but produced a bunch of hits on her, played guitar on a bunch of her hit records. And I said, Buck, do you think this is Dolly's guitar? And he said, well, it sure looks like it. And I said, I wish I knew for sure. And he said, well, let's call her. So he picks up his cell phone, and he dials Dolly, and she's riding down the road in the back of her tour bus, and you can hear, hey, Buck. And he said, hey, Dolly, I'm here at Shelley Wright's house. And she says, hey, Shelley. And I do a horrible Dolly impersonation, I'm aware. And Buck said, hey, Porter gave Shelley this guitar years ago, and he said it was yours, and she's curious, is it really your guitar? And she said, well, what's it look like? And he told her he may have even snapped a photo, but he told her about it, and it's got flowers up and down the neck and all over the body, and she said, well, I wondered where that old thing went. And I said, tell her she can have it back. See if she wants it back. And he said, Dolly, she wants to know if you want it back. And she said, no, she better keep that guitar. It's got a bunch of songs left in it. And it did. Let's do this one. This is called Pain. Pain, pain, go away. Please don't come another day. Please don't make me fight you off again. I can't do it anymore. We've gone to battle, gone to war. I surrender to you, pain, you win. And now my outsides are just about as battered as my inside. No, I can't hide the lines around these sad eyes. I tried to keep it to myself, my own dark little secret. But you had to make sure everybody sees it. So be it. Pain, pain, you have been a most destructive, loyal friend. You never left my side, not even once. I'm tired and skinny, I look rough. When I try to sleep, you keep me up. I don't think I've smiled in 7 months. And now my outsides, oh, they're just about as battered as my inside. No, I can't hide the lines around these sad eyes. I tried to keep it, oh, to myself, my own dark little secret. But you had to make sure everybody sees it. Now they see it.
Pain, go away. You can visit, but you cannot stay. It's shocking all the damage you've done. You ravaged ruts into my mind and aged me like the cheapest wine. Everybody knows that you have won. Thanks so much, you guys. Wow, what a fun night. It's a school night, so I guess we have to wrap up at some point here. I want to thank the incredible crew with Mountain Stage. Not only is the band and the singers fantastic, but the crew is second to none. And to do what they do and carry this show all over not just the nation, all over the world, it's quite something. And I want to thank all of y'all for coming out tonight and the other great talent that was on stage tonight. I'm just overjoyed to share the experience with you. This is the one cover song on my record. It's a Bob Dylan song, and it was recorded at the behest of the brilliant Joe Henry. And when Joe tells you to march, you march, and I'm awfully glad we marched on this one. It's called Tomorrow is a Long Time.
1, 2, 3,
4. If today was not an endless highway, if tonight was not a crooked trail, if tomorrow wasn't such a long time, then lonesome would mean nothing to you at all. Yes, and only if my own true love was waiting, if I could hear her heart as softly pounding, only if she was lying by me, would I lie in my bed once again. I can't see my reflection in the water. I can't speak the sounds that show no pain. I can't hear the echo of my footsteps. I can't remember the sound of my own name. Yes, and only if my own true love was waiting, if I could hear her heart as softly pounding, only if she was lying by me, would I lie in my bed once again. There's beauty in that silver singing river. There's beauty in that rainbow in the sky. But none of these and nothing else can touch the beauty that I remember in my true love's eyes. Yes, and only if my own true love was waiting, if I could hear her heart as softly pounding, only if she was lying by me, would I lie in my bed once again. Ooh, would I lie in my bed once again. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Miss Shelley Wright right there, along with the Mountain Stage Band. The new one is called I Am the Rain, produced by Joe Henry on Sony MRI Records. Our thanks so much to Shelley Wright for being with us, and our thanks to KT Tunstall, to J.D. Hutchison and Realbilly Jive, to Johnny Staats and Robert Shafer, and to Mark Erelli, and of course, special thanks for you folks here, the Templeton Blackburn Memorial Auditorium on the campus of Ohio University in Athens, Ohio. Thanks so much for coming out and being with us in person. And special thanks, very special thanks to you listening on the radio, because without you, none of this would be going on. We never take you for granted, and we hope that you will be listening on the radio next week when our guests will be Andrew Bird, Blind Pilot, Esme Patterson, The Flat Five, and Riley Walker. Mount Sage is produced by Larry Gross and Adam Harris. Associate producers are Jeff Shirley and Vasilia Skouras. Assistant producers Joni Deutsch. Production managers Paul Flaherty. We're engineered by Francis Fisher, Richie Collins, Jim Raines, and Patrick Stevens. With production assistants from Michael Lipton, Joey Ansel, Mary Lee, Lance Schrader, Chris Mead, and Woogie. Photographic services are provided by Brian Blauser. Promotions coordinated by Michael Lipton, Adam Harris, and Music and Motion Promotions. Lodging is provided by the Marriott Town Center Hotel, centrally located for the business and pleasure traveler in downtown Charleston. Why don't you go out and hear some live music wherever you are, just as soon as you can. You've been listening to Mountain Stage Live Performance Radio from the Mountain States of West Virginia. A little bit of Memphis Minnie right here. You may know this one. Well, I had a little corn, I put it in a sack, carried it to the mill, had to bring it right back. Oh, what's the matter with the mill? What's the matter with the mill? I can't get no grind, and tell me what's the matter with the mill. Mark Erelli coming right here.
Some people tell you that a preacher won't steal, but I caught a preacher in my cornfield.
What's the matter with the mill? What's the matter with the mill? I can't get no grind, and tell me what's the matter with the mill. Bob Thompson on the piano. Seal the steel guitar, Jim. Dave's gonna sing this one.
Some folks know how I feel. I got the weevil in my cornfield.
What's the matter with the mill? What's the matter with the mill? I can't get no pride. Tell me what's the matter with the mill. Robert Shafer on the acoustic guitar. Johnny Staats. KT Tunstall.
Oh, now there's a little people don't want no study. Yeah, bring me my view, bring me the
What's the matter with the mill? What's the matter with the mill? I can't get no grind. Tell me what's the matter with the mill. Come on, Ron, play your heart. Play that guitar, Jim. Shelley Wright.
Oh, people keep talking all over this town. They tell me that the mill has done broke down.
What's the matter with the mill? What's the matter with the mill? I can't get no grind. And tell me what's the matter with the mill. Come on, Ryan Kennedy on the guitar. Michael Lipton now, right here. Well, now I had a little corn, put it in a sack, carried it to the mill, had to bring it right back. What's the matter with the mill? What's the matter with the mill? I can't get no grind. And tell me what's the matter with the mill? Oh, what's the matter with the mill? 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 I can't get no grind. Tell me what's the matter with the mill?
Support for Mountain Stage is provided by Bailey and Glasser, LLP, and by Wild, Wonderful West Virginia. Mountain Stage is a production of West Virginia Public Broadcasting. This is NPR.